Well, we're working on self-care in the new year, but self-care can look different for everybody. But today, Holly from Aqua Body Labs joins us to talk about ways that we can dive into this all this season. How are you this afternoon?
I'm great. How are you?
I'm doing very, very well, especially when we're talking about self-care and things that make us look and feel wonderful from the inside out. And so tell us, what's something that you find a lot of people are putting on their goals list this year?
Well, I think kind of every year weight loss is always a goal. What we're hearing more is kind of more that inner feeling of wellness too. You know, confidence, kind of bringing back attention to yourself after a holiday season full of focusing on everybody else.
Yeah.
So those are some big ones.
Yeah, and I think a lot of times we're afraid to say that, hey, I want to focus on myself. I want to figure out how can I look and feel a little bit better, but there's no shame in doing that. And especially when we have wonderful specialists like you walking us through this process, there's a lot of ways we can go about that. Can you talk about one of them?
Yeah, so we offer weight loss injections at Aqua Body Lab. We have both semaglutide and tirzepatide, and so those are once a week injections that really, really help with weight loss.
So you say that they're once a week injections, but talk to us about how this process looks from the very beginning all the way up until the very end.
Yeah, so we do a consult first. We want to really kind of dig into the person, what their goals are. Are they realistic goals? Are they a good candidate? So we really dig into past medical history and make sure that somebody is a good fit for the medication. If you are deemed an appropriate candidate, then you know, we talk about the differences between semaglutide and tirzepatide, and then you are started on the medication, and there's a dosing protocol. We kind of walk you through every step of the way, when to increase, should you stay on the same dose. I'm the prescriber at the clinic, so all of those decisions go through me.
Okay, and I love that you also look into people's medical history too. You look at some of their genetics. You look at their family history too. It's not that, hey, I want this, so therefore I'm going to prescribe this to you. There's a lot of different steps before you get on a medication too.
There are. Yeah. This is a prescription medication, and I think that, you know, it's all the trend right now, and so I think that people sometimes forget that. Yeah. This is a prescription medication. It's an injection.
That's right. So after you look at the medical history, can you talk more about the science behind this medication and how it works in tandem with our bodies?
I could get on a soapbox about this because this medication is it's amazing. I mean, we are finding more and more applications for it. Not that are FDA approved yet. They're in the pipelines and they're being studied, but these are very incredible medications. So they're called GLP-1s. It's an incretin mimetic, which means it mimics one of the chemicals that's released by our body when we eat. And so because of that, it decreases hunger. Actually, all food chatter goes away, so you never have cravings, and it also makes you feel full faster because your brain kind of believes that you've already eaten. So those are the two big ways that it helps losing weight.
Okay. Now, Holly, I love that you also mentioned that this is a big trend going on as well right now too. But a lot of times when we find trends, we're like, hey, I can get it off of Amazon. I can find this online. My girlfriend ordered it and she said it was great. But why is it important that we are walking through this whole process with somebody like you who is consulting us each and every step of the way?
From the very beginning, there are a lot of products out there. There are pharmacies that are popping up just to sell this medication, just for a money grab. And so you don't necessarily know what you're getting. And I found this time and time again. I just did a deep dive to try to see if I could, well, I did negotiate pricing. So I spoke with well over 50 pharmacies, and they are not all created equal. So we will only source from pharmacies that are FDA overseen and also pharmacy board accredited. And so that way we know that they have to follow strict guidelines, and we know that we're getting what we hope we're getting. So that is incredibly important. Plus, we're going to walk you through it. We're going to monitor you. We're going to make sure you're on the correct dose. I carry a phone 24/7. If it's after hours or on the weekend, I'm there. I mean, it's very important that you have somebody guiding you through that process.
Are there any other things, if we are considering getting this medication, is there anything else that we should consider or perhaps bring up to you before we get started?
Yeah, I think the realistic goal thing is a big deal. You know, we're not trying to get you down to the weight that you were when you were in high school. And you are going to have to make some lifestyle changes. Now, could you sit on the couch and lose weight with this medication? Yes, you could. Are you going to keep it off once you stop the medication if you do that? No. So I talked to you a lot about kind of the things to look out for that you can change once you're off the medication so that you can maintain it. Otherwise, it's just going to be a big yo-yo where you drop and you come right back up again. So.
Okay, well,
Yeah.
thank you so much for really showing us and giving us a lot of background information and things that we need to watch out for and look out for. So, of course, if you at home are interested, you can look at the information at the bottom of your screen. We have Aqua Body Labs information listed right there. Plus, we'll have it online tonight, too. So thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you so much.